Warning. The following podcast is intended for a mature audience due to the dropping of bombs of the F, S, B, and C varieties. Listener discretion is advised.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 170, Qantas Airlines asks, who's your daddy-o? Have we found a real-life vampire? Spoiler alert, no we haven't, but we'll talk about it anyway. Piece by Piece gets this week's movie review treatment, and much, much, much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
Mike Fish, want to welcome you back to the program. Hope you're feeling much better and you're above the weather. It's the Waffle Box, the original Waffle Box. You accept no substitutions because it is always the best part of Wednesdays. Coming to you from the future home of Super Bowl 60. You love us because we do this, and we do this because we love you. I'm Kush Hayes. Producer Lathan, what is your deal?
Evening, fellas. How about them Cowboys, huh? More like Dallas Cowboys, am I right? Imagine giving a quarterback an $80 million signing bonus and $60 million a year to throw exactly. Let me check my notes here. 0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I hope Jerry Jones never dies. With the way he runs the team and with all of the other freaky shit he does in his free time, that man is just the gift that keeps on giving. You Skeletor-looking motherfucker.
Marvelous.
Okay, so I guess the new prospect isn't working out so well. $80 million signing bonus.
Woo!
Wow.
That's some change. I mean, Danny Dimes, New York Giants, gets a lot of flack for how much money he's getting paid. At least the Giants lost this weekend, but at least he threw a touchdown. Did you see the game? No. Obviously, this is not a football show. But the Lions versus Cowboys this weekend. The Lions were it was like watching the Harlem Globetrotters of football.
Okay.
And it was like they would snap the ball and then they were like, am I going to throw it? No. Ooh, I'm going to throw it to this guy. Oh, is he going to throw it? No. Ooh. And they were just like passing it around in the back, and then they threw a touchdown pass. It was like they were just toying with the Cowboys. It was hilarious.
Oh my God.
Hilarious. It's always nice.
Okay.
To see the Cowboys do. But yes, welcome back. We have had a week break because I have been sick. I was sick. I don't know what the fuck I had. I had the flu, maybe COVID, who knows? But I am slightly better now. But Kush, I told you before you start recording, I have statistics, thanks to technology, to prove that I'm sick, right? So I have an iPhone and I have an Apple Watch, and they sync together beautifully to track my steps every day, right?
Nice.
We have a health app. And for those that don't know, I work in the hospitality sector, shall we say. So I walk a lot for my day job or / night job. And I looked at the stats, right? So Thursday of last week, 17,164 steps.
That's a good chunk of steps.
Good chunk of steps.
Yeah.
Friday, 16,375 steps.
Okay.
Saturday, where I worked a double, 19,794 steps.
Oh, I know it's a double. Interesting.
And then I started to feel a little bit sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Sunday morning, I woke up full on. I'm sick. 277 steps all day.
That's to the kitchen and then the bathroom and then back to bed.
Yeah. It's horrific. I should have bought stocks in toilet paper and tissue paper. I was blown. I was so snotty, coffee.
Yeah.
It's not nice being sick. It used to be. Do you remember back in the day, Kush, when we were young, when we were children, and we was at school, and it was almost like a gift from the universe that we were sick because I don't have to go to school today. And you could just lay on the couch and watch shitty daytime TV. It was fun.
I do remember that. But then you'd get better, and they expect you to make up all the work. I was like, God damn you! You can't give me a pass for this.
I remember one time I was 14 years old when I had the shingles, which if you don't know what shingles is, it's supposed to be an adult version of chickenpox, but I had it when I was 14 around Christmas time, which made it worse because all the kids, my nickname for about 2 weeks was Shingle Bells, which was very, which to be fair was very creative, but not fun at the time. But so we had a class. So in England at my school, we had like a rotation. I can't remember what the class itself was called, but maybe like for a quarter of the year we would do woodwork, and then for the next quarter of the year this class would handle metalwork, and for the next, and then there was
Sounds
one
like shop.
it was basically like shop, and then the next quarter would be I can't remember what it was actually called, but it would be like knitting and sewing and so that, and then the final one would be cooking. It'd be cooking classes.
So that's home economics.
Right. So it's like a mixture in one class. And so
Okay.
I was off for like 2 weeks with shingles when my class switched from woodwork to home economics or food technology, it was called. So my first day back, I get into class and we're supposed to be making something. And I got in trouble for not bringing in the ingredients. I was like, I didn't know. I've been off for 2 weeks and they've punished me. Motherfuckers. I hate schools. Fuck school. But yeah, that's my little therapy session out of the way. How you been? It's been 2 weeks since I spoke to you. How you been?
I'm okay, man. Yeah, I've been enjoying my 2 weeks off. I go back to the Warriors on Friday. It's still, I believe, a preseason game. I think we're playing the Clippers. I'm not 100% sure, but that's going to be a very long day. So I'm kind of not looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to work, but I'm not looking forward to a 17-hour day. Just not. Otherwise, I've been revisiting the Highlander TV series on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
yeah. It's fun. It's fun to see who was there. The first 12 episodes actually take place in the United States, and they're just like, this is too expensive to hang out in America. We're going back to France. But like, there's some strange cameos in there. Joe Pantaleone played a psychopathic doctor at one point. He's not an immortal. So it's just like, oh, this is kind of fun.
is that the end of the story?
That's the end of the story.
Oh,
yeah.
It's a great story. I never watched that show. Is it not related? It's not related to the movie of the same name.
It is loosely.
Oh, it is loosely.
It is loosely related. Connor MacLeod from the original movie. He's in the pilot episode, and then they have to establish like, oh, this is my cousin Duncan. He's only 300 years younger than me. And then becomes Duncan's TV series. But it's all the same tropes. There's a sword, there's a flashback, there's lots of amour. There's a lot of horniness in this TV show, man. And then the pilot episode again, like Duncan MacLeod is banging his girlfriend, and you see a couple nip slips in there. And I was like, I know this is a French TV show, but this was on like Saturday afternoons in syndication at 4 p.m. I'm surprised they got away with that. Like, it's one of those things where you have to like look there with a magnifying glass, like, oh, I see Tessa's nipple. All right.
But was it nipple or was it areola?
Both.
Oh. Sometimes I think you can show a bit of areola and it's artistic.
Yes. No, but it's not like she's just like doing this shit. Like,
it's like licking Highlander.
She's in a shower and they got that bullshit frosted glass bullshit. But like, her titties are pressed up against the glass.
Oh.
And you're just like, oh, nice to meet you too.
I think if your titties are pressed up against the glass, it's like, that's not artistic. That's just fucking. That's just raw fucking. But fantastic. Why am I thinking of what is that movie about you'll never take our freedom?
Braveheart.
That's what I was thinking of.
That's a Mel Gibson, and
that's a very different show.
That's a much different movie, and that's a true-ish story about William Wallace.
Why am I? I guess because it's Scotland, Highlands, Highlander.
Swords,
that's where
kilts,
big stuff.
All that. Yeah. No, I get why you did that.
So Braveheart and Highlander are two completely different things. Is that what you're trying to say?
Two completely different things. Also, two great things. Unfortunately, Braveheart doesn't have an amazing Queen soundtrack.
But
That movie might actually be better.
Highlander does have a guy with like chiseled looks and long hair, right?
Yep.
Just like Braveheart. Okay, perfect. So there we go. That's the connection.
There you go.
Anyway, what else? What else we got to talk about this week? Oh, I think we should just crack right into it. I think we've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to talk about. So we just crack into the top stories this week.
We have to catch up on all the work you missed while you were away, Mike.
Yeah. Oh, also, real quick to catch you up, right? So while we are recording this, obviously, behind the curtain, this is the best part of Wednesday, but we are recording this on Monday, October the 14th, in the midst of the American League Championship Series with the New York Yankees facing the Cleveland Guardians. It's a commercial break right now, but I believe it's still 4-zip the Yankees. But we are going to be reacting live to that because I just can't help it. Also, real quick, I wanted to catch you up. So this past weekend, where I was starting to feel a little bit more human, and you know when you've been sick and you've been in bed, you're like, I just need to get out. I don't give a shit. I just need to get out of the house. I need to do shit. So I thought this would be a good idea. Let's drive upstate New York and visit a brewery. So I drove like an hour and 20 minutes up north to a lovely brewery. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, so no free plug, but it's a great brewery. But this Sunday was the first time in the fall where it was like, oh shit, I have to get my jacket. I had to get a jacket out, Kush.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Because now, because you know me, like as you mentioned, I am a smoker for my sins. Don't pick it up, kids. It's a terrible habit. So I go outside regularly, and it's that time of year where it's a pain in the fucking ass where I have to say, I have to prepare 5 minutes ahead of time before I want a cigarette because now I have to start layering up. Oh, let's put this hoodie on. Let's put my jacket on. Oh, where's my hat? Oh, do I need gloves? It's not gloves yet, but you know what I mean? It's I hate it. I hate it. Bring back summer. Bring back summer. I'll never talk bad about you ever again.
I remember that always being a problem as a smoker, and I'm in San Francisco, so it's always cold. Yeah. So it's like it was always, gotta put your shoes on, gotta put your jacket on, gotta put your hoodie on under the jacket. Okay, gotta get your little hat, and that now I can hang outside for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
and then sometimes even then it was too cold. That's usually December, January time. But yeah, just like I remember going outside for a cigarette and it just being so cold that I'm just like, I couldn't even get like a quarter of the way through it. I was just like, that's enough. Gotta go.
That's when you don't want to get those vapes. You don't want to waste that money. Anyway, but that's my bitching about fall. Fuck you, fall. But it is almost spooky season, so let's get in. So this week's top stories, if you could, producer Laven, hit the jingle.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Bubbles. This week's first top story comes to us from Qantas Airlines. Thank you, Qantas Airlines, for your service. As they have apologized after a mature film was played to all of the passengers on the flight. Now, if you're ever familiar, if you are a flyer, you have some entertainment systems, and normally now you kind of get this ridiculousness of an entertainment where you can watch like an abundance of different movies, abundance of TV series. Even now, sometimes you get lucky, you get like live TV on flights and shit like that. But then every now and again, you get that really shitty plane where you're like, fuck, and it's like this, everyone has to watch the same movie, and it starts at a certain time. And if you wasn't aware that the movie started, you join it halfway through, and then you have to kind of, oh fuck, man, this film's now I'm gonna have to entertain myself for an hour, so I have to wait until the loop starts again so I can watch the beginning of the movie. It's horrible. First world problems. Now, so what had happened on this flight? So the screening happened on a flight from Sydney to Tokyo, which I don't know the flight, but Sydney to Tokyo, I imagine that's maybe like a 5-6 hour. Oh, okay. I have no idea.
That's just a guess.
South, just down under, literally. after the plane's in-flight entertainment system failed to work before takeoff. After the staff were unable to fix the fault, the plane took off after a delay of more than an hour, with the crew deciding to show the same film to everyone instead. So they went old school. So, all right, well, we're going to put something on, so let's whack on a movie. However, to the horror of some passengers on board, the 9.5 hour flight, a sexually explicit movie called Daddy-O began to play.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that movie. I didn't see everything.
It's got Sean Penn in it, apparently.
Okay. Yeah.
Never. So, but to make matters worse, travelers reported that they were effectively forced to watch it because they were unable to turn off the screens, pause the movie, or even dim their individual screens. It took almost an hour before they switched to a more, quote, kid-friendly movie. If you haven't seen Daddy-O, the film, which was released last year's 2023 movie, stars Sean Penn and Dakota Johnson, and tells the story of a woman and a taxi driver who discuss sex and relationships. A spokesperson from Qantas said that we are reviewing how the movie was selected. So, this wasn't an error because someone had. It wasn't like someone pressed the random movie generator button. Someone picked this fucking movie. And also, it's after an hour. See, I haven't seen this movie. I don't know when the shit kicks in because apparently there's some nudity in it. There's some like sexting where you can read the very graphic sex texts and things like that. So all the kiddies on the plane were sitting there watching all this stuff. But if it's after an hour, like, I'm pretty sure that if like a flight attendant suddenly noticed, oh wow, there's a lot of kids looking at nipples right now, this is not a good thing, they would put a stop to this. So I'm pretty sure where it's like the passengers were appalled. I'm pretty sure no one complained up until a certain point, but whatever.
Pretty sure parents complained. I'm pretty sure other people like, I don't want to watch a thing called Daddy-O. What the but you were correct, man.
Sean Penn. He looks like a fucking leather bag that's been put in a microwave for 5 hours at this point in his life. I want to see Sean Penn.
You are correct, though. Someone fucked up something bad. Like, put on Daddy-O. Like those video on demand units on the airplane, like, have like 500 different movies to choose from. I don't know why they just chose something called Daddy-O. And then also, I don't fly a lot, but the airlines love to edit and censor those fucking movies, man.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Now something so like I saw some movie where there was a plane crash on it, and they were like, "That's not in this movie anymore." Like they're just gonna have a really bad day. Like we're not gonna show any of that because I might freak out the flyer, the passengers.
Just the passengers on the plane in the movie are like, "Oh my god, we're going!" And then there's a voiceover to Disneyland. And then it's
something like that. Yeah. So again, lots of questions about how this transpired, but what the fuck, dude?
Maybe the title of the movie threw people. It was Daddy-O. Maybe
it's a family film.
No, it's a family film about a dad that's reconnecting with his son. Like, what other movies could we have? What other movies could be like really inappropriate for like have like a really nice title? But when you actually watch it, we're like, oh Jesus Christ, this is not what I was expecting. This is not what's on the tin. But what could be like?
I was gonna say Crimes of the Future, but and that is wildly inappropriate for anyone even my age. But I don't know if that falls into the same category you were just talking about a second ago, as far as like names that throw something off.
Ooh, what is this Pulp Fiction? Is this about a documentary that debunks the myths about orange juice? Let's play this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, is that guy raping that guy?
I guarantee you that's not in Pulp Fiction on any airplane.
No. Well, one. It could be a good one. It could be a good one. Lego Movie. Terrible movie. Do you know what Lego Movie? That's goddamn Lego Movie. That song sticks in your fucking head. If you ever watched Lego Movie, The
Yeah.
opening 5 minutes with that song,
Everything is awesome.
Oh, I don't even know the words of that, but I sing it every day. I feel
Nice.
it's just in my brain.
Hmm.
Everything is awesome. Everything, and then I fade off. It's kind of like that song is kind of like the modern day American Pie.
Okay.
No, bam, bam is American Pie. American Pie. Like, I don't know where it goes, so I just kind of fade off. That's the same as Lego Movie. Everything is awesome. Everything is yeah. Love that song.
Good song.
So yeah. So if you're gonna be flying Qantas Airlines, make sure to pack an extra set of tissues because you might. Does it count as you join the Mile High Club if you just knock one out?
Well, if you just rub one out, I
Yeah.
think that's a different category. I don't think it's technically the Mile High Club. I think you're just a
Oh.
pervert. Sky high pervert.
Maybe it's like you're not a member of the club, but you get a day pass. You can come into the meeting, but you're not official member. Back off. There you go. All right, moving on. You know how I love a good story that's pretty mundane, but then I get to reading the details and I get angry. And now I have a moment to get my soapbox. Here is one, right? So there is someone. So I saw the headline of this story. I have the same rare vampire condition Count Dracula had.
Oh, that's exciting.
What
was that condition?
That's the condition.
That's not you. That's the article you're
No,
talking about.
it's not me. That's not why we was off last week. Oh shit, I become a vampire.
That old cliche.
But so this woman, Phoenix Nightingale, which is to be fair, if she's not a vampire, it's a pretty badass vampire name.
Mm-hmm.
Phoenix Vampire.
So
she has
Denise Smith.
Yeah, that'd be shit. Could you imagine if they did the reboot of Interview with a Vampire? Who's this? Karen Smith. Oh, interesting. So Phoenix Nightingale has, quote, acute intermittent porphyria, right?
What?
Which is a rare metabolic disorder that results in symptoms like pain, migraines, constipation, and vomiting for days at a time if triggered.
Oh, days at a time. That's awful.
That's not good. Unfortunately, her condition is triggered by an allergy to sulfur, which, for those in the everyday world, is most commonly found in garlic. And could even result in a fatal attack if she ingests too much. So some call this the vampire disease because the real life Count Dracula, Vladimir III, is suspected to have had the disorder, which then inspired the fable of vampires that hate garlic. Right, that's
no pizza for you, Vlad.
Why do you put garlic on a pizza?
Yeah, of course.
Ugh.
It's in the tomato sauce.
Oh, I guess. Oh, I thought you meant you put like extra shit on top of that.
No, I don't, but I know people who do. And it's like, God damn, guys.
Marvelous. So I started to read this article just not because I'm thinking, hey, I could put this in the waffle box, just because, oh, this sounds interesting. I want to hear more of this. But then some of the quotes from Phoenix, you bitch, kind of annoyed me. And I was like, you know what? I need to share this because this is like a mundane thing that's happened to a stupid person. And now I feel like I have to expose this stupid person for the actions that she's taken in her life, right? So we've already ascertained that she's allergic to garlic, right? And if she eats garlic, it's very bad. Migraines, constipation, vomiting for days, bad. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
Don't eat garlic, Phoenix. Okay, so she, quote, said, neurological side effects can make people think that those with the condition must have been monsters or are possessed.
Oh. I mean, maybe if it's the 18th century, sure. Yeah.
Or maybe just allergic to garlic. Phoenix,
Maybe
relax.
just allergic to
Like,
garlic.
it's not that serious, right? Quote, I haven't eaten garlic since I was diagnosed.
Okay.
Fine. It's good. It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I could never eat garlic bread. It could send me into attack. Yeah, because like the clue's in the name, Phoenix. The why you like making it out like, but I could never. Could you believe I had this allergy related to garlic? I could never eat garlic bread. What?
No Stouffer's French bread pizza for you, lady.
Dumbass. Right, and then there's some of the important information in this article, right? Nice. So, case in point, right? So she's already said we have this in writing that she hasn't eaten garlic since she was diagnosed, right? So she's been pretty good ever since she found out, right? You can't eat garlic. She hasn't eaten garlic, and she's been in plain sailing all the way through, right? She said that she's experienced over 480 attacks over the course of her life as she searched for answers.
What the fuck?
So she's had 480 attacks before she discovered she was allergic to garlic.
Okay, gotcha. That's
Maybe after the 100th time that I was uncontrollably vomiting for days, maybe you'd think I should get tested. I should get tested for something here because something ain't right. But no, she powered through to 480.
I mean, she might not have had medical insurance at the time, but also like, I don't know what it's like over there in the UK, pal, but people over here in America just like, I don't want to go see the doctor. They actually might tell me something's wrong with me. And as long as they didn't say it, it ain't happening. Oh, my 151st vomit.
That's a fair point. But then, even maybe you put yourself in that position where you're like, oh, I don't want to bother the doctor, or maybe my insurance in, blah, 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 right? Then the next quote. I had one attack where I didn't go to the hospital, so she's admitted I didn't go to the hospital for this. And it went on for 40 hours. It was non-stop vomiting, losing consciousness, which so she was vomiting while she was unconscious, which was there like a bystander there going, oh, Jesus, Phoenix, you was out cold for 4 hours, but you did not stop vomiting. I watched every second of that shit. It's weird, but whatever. But screaming and crying.
I mean, it definitely sounds unpleasant. Like,
At
some point, you have to like just be dehydrated like a Nazi in Indiana Jones movie, just like 40 hours.
Or like, what's that guy's name from Beetlejuice? The guy with the shrunken head.
Sure. Yeah.
Probably looked like
picking
him.
up what you're putting down.
40 hours of non-stop vomiting, losing consciousness, screaming and crying. I'm sorry, as much as you don't, like, I don't want to go to the hospital. I hate going to the hospital. Like this past December when I bopped my head and there was blood. Blah, blah, blah.
That was silly.
That was silly. That was very silly, Billy. But when the ambulance came, I was like, no, I'm not going to the hospital because it's going to cost me a lot of money and it's not really worth it. But if after maybe 10 hours of non-stop vomiting, I might rethink my stance on that situation. Maybe. I don't know. And then this is the last bit. This is from the line of work that I'm in. I'm an expert to speak on this. She said, this makes dining at restaurants particularly challenging since garlic is a popular ingredient in many cuisines. Absolutely. Bang on. I feel your pain, Phoenix. Until when I go out for dinner, unless it's a place I know, I look at the menu and I cry because I don't know what I can eat.
Oh, that's a little much.
Ask the fucking server. Just be like, hey, FYI, I'm allergic to garlic. Like, when I say I'm allergic to garlic,
Mhm.
I'm like really fucking allergic to garlic. Like if I ingest garlic, you will see me projectile vomiting, and I might even die. Right? You might think, right, hey, servers, they don't get paid that much. They rely on tips and yada yada yada. But generally, servers, restaurant owners, we're not big on vomiting or people dying in the restaurant. It's a bad look for the restaurant. It doesn't help with PR.
Bad
If
luck for
you
sure.
say to us, hey, I'm allergic to garlic, we will be more than happy to find something for you to eat, or worst case scenario, go, oh shit, this is a very garlic heavy restaurant. Maybe you should head out somewhere else.
Mhm.
Don't fucking just sit there crying like a fucking weirdo.
Look, Miss Phoenix should never, ever, ever come to San Francisco then. Like their whole restaurant's just dedicated to garlic infused meals. Um, garlic fries, very popular snack here. Not of mine, but you know, like you couldn't throw a baseball and not hit something with garlic in it in this city.
Why are you throwing baseballs randomly in your city?
Wow, because the hobos are fucking coming after me, man. Like,
The best way to get rid of them.
yeah.
Yeah, but what's really annoying is I get it. Like someone decided to write an article about this woman and to help, promote it, yada yada. But if you search Phoenix Nightingale garlic maybe in Google, the first thing you'll probably see is an image of her dressed up like a vampire. And it's like, you bitch, you're not a fucking vampire. You're just allergic to garlic. Do you drink blood? No, probably not. Maybe
Probably
not.
not.
It's like, what the fuck are you doing for your life, woman? Like, stop. Anyway,
Do
so
you
yeah,
think she decided to pick up her vampire persona after the diagnosis, or is this just like a happy coincidence for her, which is clearly not very happy?
I would like to think that it's a coincidence. I like to think that she was a happy-go-lucky vampire and then was like, "Oh shit, I am allergic to garlic. Woohoo! Here's another one for the vampire column."
We're head to toe in black in 112-degree heat in July, smoking a clove, just heavy caked on white makeup. You're like, I'm a vampire.
But I have seen many vampire movies, many vampire TV series. One of my favorite TV series and movies about vampires, What We Do in the Shadows. If you haven't seen them, check them out. Check them out. They're fantastic. At no point, even in the comedies, does Count Dracula start crying at restaurants because he's fearful. Just, you're a bitch, Phoenix. I'm sorry. Just woman up. What's is there a female version of manning up? Because womaning up doesn't sound quite right. I don't
It
know.
doesn't sound right, but I think that's what it is.
Woman up.
Woman up.
Because if anything, trust me,
What you do here, Phoenix, you grab your ovaries and you hitch them up and you face that obstacle right in the eye.
but let's be honest, we are very female friendly here, podcast. We're allies. For most of the women that I have met in my life, women tend to be stronger than men, shall we say. So you're letting your side down, woman, Phoenix. Get on it.
Dropping the
Anyway,
hammer.
I know, right? Fuck you. What else was I going to mention? There was one thing that I was going to mention. So if you are ever going to, if you are thinking about going to doing a bit of what's the wording? Traveling. There we go. Sightseeing. There's not much big story, but if you ever want to see something, get a photo taken of a famous monument, and you're thinking, oh, we should go to Italy. You should definitely go to Italy because there's a lot of countries to Italy. Um, but so I'm trying to think of. So there is a square in Italy somewhere. I'm trying to see where in the story. I wrote it down somewhere. But I don't know if you saw this, Kush. But there is a giant monument in a town square somewhere in Italy. There we go. It's the Piazza Municipio in Naples, in
Municipal
Italy.
Plaza.
Municipal Plaza. I didn't know you spoke Italian. Where you can see, until it gets taken down, a 39-foot high, veiny, throbbing penis.
I mean, why not?
Why not? It's popped up literally recently. Some people obviously are disgusted by this. But the good thing is that the mayor of the town thinks it's art and is hopefully he's going to keep it there. So
It is after me.
yeah. So it's been dubbed the Leaning Tower of Penis.
Nice.
Of course. But yeah, so
Nice.
if you're ever thinking I should do some European traveling, book your tickets ASAP to Naples in Italy, where you can get your photo taken with a 39-foot penis.
No.
Boom.
Tourists are going to be there, and the ones that are not appalled by it. How many of them are lining their crotch right up to it? You're like, look at my 39-foot penis now. Or are they doing that thing that I think more women do this, but like the Eiffel Tower's in the background,
yeah,
and
do
then
that.
they just like ding. Like,
Boop, boop.
what do you think is happening more? Pelvis to the statue or the little
I reckon the ones that are like maybe like two friends were like working, so it looks like they're like wanking it off together.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
that's what I was thinking. But yeah, I would definitely do I would lay on the floor, and then at the right angle, it looks like this is my giant penis.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's got to be the go-to move, right?
Feels like
Yeah, I would 100%. Maybe not. I'm not going to go to Naples now because of this, but if I was somewhere in Italy, I would 100% make a day trip to go to see a 39-foot penis. Oh, fantastic! Whoever's behind that, hats off to you. Boop boop.
The question also is, whose penis is that supposed to be? It can't just be just a random penis. Like that's someone's penis was modeled after that.
Oh, you reckon with the die-cast stuff?
Mm-hmm.
They like modeled it and then enlarged it. I don't
think
know
so.
who it was, but I'd be proud of it if it was me. I would like take
And
one
then
of my
also I'd like to
friends.
know what the scale is. So like it's 39 feet high now, but this was based on a man who was only 8 inches.
Only 8 inches. Kush, we've already determined that the world average is only just over 5 inches. So don't knock the poor people that have an average to below average penis. Not like me and you who have our above average penises. So big penises. Yeah, I mean, it's so small. It's so small. Where's that sound clip, Lathan? Come on.
You are American?
There we go. Thank you.
You must have very big penis.
Thank you, Lathan. Right, there we go. So yeah, Italian sculptures doing things with their lives. 39-foot penis. Go see it in Naples. But speaking of people that are achieving things with their lives, they're doing things so amazing that an Irish brewery is saying, "Oh, look at you. We're so proud of you. Drop it the more." I can't do the fucking voice anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm still sick, but I'm not racist because I'm half Irish. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why?
Why?
Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
This week's Dumb World Record comes to us from Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. It's a great town.
Blow
Did
your
you see-
throat out.
Did you see they imploded one of the casinos recently?
Yes.
Did you watch that
Yes.
video? That was
I know they did it. I didn't see the video, but they did that so they can start construction on the the soon to be Las Vegas Athletics baseball arena, which I'm
surely
still
they're gonna
laughing about
rename the
because the
team,
mayor of Las Vegas was like, "Yeah, we don't want you. Please don't come. We don't have a spot for you here." But apparently they do now, so I guess it's game on.
Surely they're going to rename it. They're going to come up with a fun name like Las Vegas Gamblers or something like that. Surely.
No, they'll probably just be the Las Vegas Athletics.
Don't like
It was
it.
the Las Vegas Raiders, the Las Vegas, whatever the hockey team name is the hockey team. But
Golden Knights. That was it. That was the hockey team. Golden Knights. But yes, Las Vegas, man. But as if you haven't, they blew up a casino recently, but in typical Vegas style, rather than just blowing up the casino, there was like a big fireworks show, a drone display, and stuff. It was like a big fucking thing, and the drones counted down to it, and it was like,
oh wow,
it's a fun video. Look it up if
okay.
you're bored.
I'll have to check it out.
But this Las Vegas man decided, you know what? He wanted to record the fastest time to climb Mount Everest. Ooh, wow. Yeah, he wanted to climb Mount Everest in the fastest time that anyone has ever climbed Mount Everest. But trouble is he was too lazy to leave his house. So, this Las Vegas man, Sean Greasley, spent almost 23 hours going up and down the stairs in his home to break the Guinness World Record for the fastest time to ascend and descend the height of Mount Everest on stairs.
No. Guinness, you're full of shit. What's happening? Nah. Ooh. Yeah. We've had a lot of weird world records here, and things are like, where'd they come up with the idea to get this? Like, what inspired them to do this? This is just dumb. This is I guess it's in the title, but this is just the dumbest world record we've ever. 170 episodes. This one's the top.
170 episodes.
This is the top. This is the dumbest. I don't know what the last dumbest was. This is it.
So he had to climb and descend a distance of 29,031 feet and 5.5 inches on the stairs in his home to match the height of the world's tallest mountain. He live streamed his attempt on YouTube, finishing after 22 hours and 57 minutes and 2 seconds.
I'd get
and for those wondering,
that video.
So they did a video, like thankfully he did a video where it was like sped up.
Oh yeah.
So it was just
time
going up. And to her credit, I guess, well, but then whether it was there was a female in the shot, then whether it was his sister, his girlfriend, his wife, what I don't know. But she she just sat there and watched him for like 23 hours, and she was like, in the when they first sped up the movie, and she was just kind of like jiggering about a bit, but she didn't fucking move. She was like, "Yeah, go on, you got it, well done." And for those keeping count, maybe you're probably wondering, he had to cover 3,278 flights of stairs, which doesn't sound much, but that's a lot of fucking stairs. That's a lot.
It sounds like a lot of stairs.
What is
but
the?
Still.
So there's a bit because I remember there's like a big challenge that you can do in. Wait, that doesn't make sense. In the CN Tower in Toronto. Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So the CN Tower, it's a huge, it's a big gathering thing. So a lot of people do it for charity where I'm going to climb all the stairs in the CN Tower.
Okay.
And it's a big thing. And it takes about 45 minutes to do it. And that's just 144 flights of stairs. This dumb idiot did 3,278 flights of stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And
could
for
just
what?
climb that building 25 times. Like, what the fuck?
And for what? Because what's he going to say? Oh, hey, I broke a Guinness World Record. What did you break the Guinness World Record for? Oh, yeah, I climbed Mount Everest on my stairs. Oh, so you didn't climb Mount Everest. That's what I'm getting. So you just went up and down your stairs a lot? You're an idiot. What the fuck?
I don't think this should count.
This is the problem with Guinness World Records. This is where you can literally decide, and as long as you pay. This is why Guinness World Records is a corrupt organization, because it's all about the money. As long as you fork up the money to get some judge to come to your town and watch you do something stupid, they'll put you in their book for anything. I'm the Guinness World Record holder for balancing a penny on my nose. Like, right? So what? But I did it. Do some real shit. Do some I'm the Guinness World Record holder for most puppies saved from flaming buildings. Boom, there you go. I'll give you a standing ovation for that.
Pretty good record, actually. That's a good record.
Pretty good record. I don't know if that exists, but
probably not.
But so there you go. So Sean Greasley, you are maybe the leading contestant for the dumbest world record of the year, as we are approaching the end of 2024.
Oh yes.
There you go. Climbing Mount Everest on your stairs in your house like a dumbass. Congratulations, I guess. Still to come. Oh, we are now the top of the 7th, by the way, for those keeping score. It's 4 Yankees, 4 Cleveland, 1. They managed to get 1 on the board, the bastards. But it's the top of the 7th, so hopefully we can wrap this up pretty soon. But still to come, yes, we've got this week's birthday blackjack. Kush is reviewing a movie about Pharrell Williams in Lego form, and much, much more. So we'll stick around. Hope you will too. After this short commercial break.
Hey kiddos, are you feeling a little low in the energy column and hot water isn't cutting the mustard? Well, you need to get yourself a tea bag. Tea bags have been giving hot water flavor and caffeine for, well, a really long fucking time. So ditch that flavorless, caffeine-less, bland-ass water and make yourself a cup of tea. Tea bags are an official partner of the Waffle Box podcast.
Place your bets. It's now time for Birthday Blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Yes, welcome back to episode 170 of Waffle Box, and welcome to the October 16th edition of Birthday Blackjack. If you haven't played before, this is how the game works. I'm going to give you 5 celebrities that are celebrating their birthday on this very day, October 16th, and you have to guess how old they are now. And your score is worked out by your margin of error. Example, if you guess their age is 24, but the celebrity is actually 27, you're 3 years out, so you score 3 for that celebrity. And then over the course of 5 celebrities, you have to try to maintain your score of 21 or below, hence the blackjack element. But as a bonus, if you are spot on with your guess,
Perfect.
Thank you, Lathan. Very late, but whatever. Then you get some -5 from your score, so it's very good, very beneficial to do that. As always, you will be playing against Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, your current record, I think you're on a 2-0 win. You're on a 2-win streak right now.
Yeah, it's good.
And your current record is 12-20. So you're working your way back. You're working your way back, though.
Well, we'll get up there. We'll get up there.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this week's birthday blackjack?
And as requested, my hands will be visible so that there's
there's no Googling. Because there was, I do remember last time you were playing for time.
But...
You were playing for a long time. Oh, so...
I don't know what that means, but hey, hands are visible.
Let's get it going.
Number 2.
No, we're gonna start with number 1.
Number 1.
Thank you. So number 1 is a Red Hot Chili Pepper based player, Mr. Flea. How old is Flea?
Flea is now so old that he is playing old sleazy Hollywood executives in movies. That's how old he is now. So
he was a police officer in Inside Out 2. Those that don't know.
Oh, was he? Okay.
He was one of the police officers. Yeah.
Yeah. He was a Hollywood executive in the failed Margot Robbie Babylon movie. And at first I was like, I know that guy. Anyway, Flea. 72.
Your guess is 72.
He's not a young boy. He's not a young man.
Unsurprisingly, he looks a lot older than he actually is. He is 62 today.
Damn.
Which gets you started off with a score of 10.
Right, not how we like to start these things, but we're not out. We're not out.
We're not out.
Number 2.
All right, now it's number 2. Japanese tennis player Naomi Osaka. How old is Naomi Osaka?
24. I don't know who this woman is.
Yeah, if you Googled that name, you saw the picture of her, you go, oh, I know her.
Highly unlikely.
She's a very famous tennis player.
Okay. I don't follow the sport. I know.
Me neither, but I know who she is.
I know the
Because,
Williams
spoiler
sisters.
alert, she's a pretty good-looking girl.
Okay, well, 24.
24 is your guess?
Mm-hmm.
Naomi Osaka
Great name.
joins. It is a great name. She joins, although thankfully she is alive. She joins Amy Winehouse, Jane Morrison, Kurt Cobain. She's now in 27 clubs. She's 27.
Okay, I thought it was the 26 club. Not important. Not important. But that's only 3. That's only 3. That's way better than Flea. And I didn't even know that woman.
Well, after we're done, you better Google. Number 3.
Number 3.
Tour that was redeemed in the Shawshank. Mr. Tim Robbins.
Oh.
Harold was Morgan Freeman's buddy in Shawshank Redemption.
I want to say he was in the Saturday Night Live movie, which I also saw this weekend, which we are not reviewing, but it's very good. Activist Tim Robbins, the former Mr. Susan Sarandon. 70. Like he's up there now.
70 is your guess.
70 is my guess. Final answer.
Mr. Tim Robbins is 66 years
Oh.
old.
Okay, well, damn you, Flea.
4 out. So you're up to 17. But yeah, do you know that's Tim Robbins is 4 years older than Flea. And if you see a picture of them today, Flea. I mean, I know you've done a lot in your life, but Jesus Christ, you look terrible. Moisturize a bit. Moisturize. So yeah, up to 17. Still 2 to go. A little bit of wiggle room.
Number 4.
I've got a very funny Flea story I'll tell after this, by the way. Not my story, but it's still a story.
Look forward to it. Number 4 is singer-songwriter, Mr. John Mayer. How old's John Mayer?
So I know the name John Mayer. I'm positive I've heard his music, but I don't even know what the man looks like. Having said that, I'm gonna say he's 44.
I'm Ron Burgundy. 44 is your guess.
Yeah.
Mr. John Mayer is 47.
No way! Oh my god! Oh my god! We're
Which
like
gets you
right
to
there.
20. Very, very close. So still a little bit of wiggle room. Not much. As we move into the 5th and final.
We got spiked the football on this one here. Holy shit.
Number 5.
Also, my arms are getting tired.
And number 5.
It is high, it is far, it is gone!
Oh, Yankees just scored a home run.
Good for them.
Professional wrestler and man from Canada. By the way, happy Canadian Thanksgiving from this past weekend. Mr. Kenny Omega.
Oh, I've worked with Kenny Omega before.
How old's Kenny Omega now?
So he's not an old dude by any means, but he's not a youngster either for a pro wrestler. 40. Kenny Omega is 40. Oh my god. I'm putting my arms down now. That's it.
Your guess was 40 years old for Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega turns 41 today, which means you end up at 21.
Perfect.
That means for the third week in a row, you, sir, are birthday blackjack winner.
The endorphins rushing through me right now, the elation I have, like that was crippling. Holy cow.
What the fuck?
We're gonna lose this one. We're gonna lose this one again. Amazing.
So 3 weeks ago, you were 10 and 20. Now here you are, 13 and 20. Still losing record, but it's looking better. It's looking better. You're scraping it up like you are the New York Mets of Celebrity Blackjack. If you don't know, there you go. So congratulations. If you are playing along at home, let us know in the YouTube comment section below, or if you're listening to the audio version, hit us up on Twitter at Waffle Box with your Celebrity Birthday Blackjack score. We'll be back next week, I think, for October 23rd. Do you join us to tell your flea story before we wrap up this week's Birthday Blackjack?
It's okay. Not my story, but it is a story. It's one of those things where we're all hanging out at a friend's house. This is 25 plus years ago. And a friend of a friend came over and we're all just smoking a bong and drinking 40 ounces. And he was like, yeah, me and my girl tried to get into this club downtown, blah, blah, blah. And they're just like, we can't get in, but we really wanted to see this band. And we're a little dejected and we're feeling a little rejected. And so we start to walk away, but we walk past an alley and guess who's there? Flea is just having a cigarette out in the alley. And it was like, Flea, dude, you're our only hope, man. And at that point, I started laughing like a bastard because it's just some of the most Scooby-Doo shit I've ever heard. You just randomly bump into Flea and you're like, Flea, you're the only one who can help us now, bro. And by the way, he did not. That's the story.
And that's the true happy ending I wanted in that story. I wanted them to be like, Flea, can you help us get this nightclub? And he was like, go fuck yourselves.
Oh, I can get your girl in, but not you, amigo. That's how he would have said it too, with that deep, rich voice.
Well, there we go. The second-hand story, but I believe it because it makes Flea sound like a badass. There you go. Let's move on to a segment where Kush reviews a movie.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
And we have creatively named this segment Kush's Movie Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
We actually locked ourselves in a hotel room for 5 days and ate nothing but Chinese takeout before coming up with that, Mike. Like, it was a wild week, man, but I'm glad we did it.
I mean, it took us some time, but it was worth it. So I think we hit the nail on the head on that one.
I feel good.
This week's movie review is Piece by Piece, aka the Lego Movie 3, where we decide, it's veer off from Chris Pratt's voiceoverness and let's find out what Pharrell Williams up to. And it's the life and times of Pharrell Williams as told by Lego, apparently.
Yes and yes.
How is it?
It's a fantastic fucking movie, dude. So as you said, we're talking piece by piece. It is rated PG. It is a very, very proper 93 minutes. Ooh. This is absolutely a kid's movie, but it is also a documentary, much as you just said, told in the medium of Lego. In fact, that actually becomes part of the narrative. Like they're sitting down, Pharrell Williams and the director Morgan Neville. We'll get into him again in a second here, but Pharrell's just like, yeah, man. So I was thinking, I want this movie to be done in the style of Lego, like the Lego Movie. And he's like, I'm sorry, what? I want to make this movie like a Lego movie. And it's like, it's a documentary about your life, Pharrell. He's like, I know, and I want to tell it in Lego form. And he's like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Ah, might be, but that's what I want to do. And then the movie starts. So this is directed by Morgan Neville. If you're not familiar with that name, he actually does a lot of documentary work. I think the one thing you might recognize is in 2018, he did the Mr. Rogers documentary, where Won't You Be My Neighbor? Not to be confused with the Mr. Rogers biopic starring Tom Hanks. Two different things, came out within a year of each other. I can see why people get mixed up all the time. Anyways, because this is a documentary for all intents and purposes, no writer, just Morgan Neville, and it stars Mr. Pharrell Williams. It stars Morgan Neville is in this, and then you get a wealth of celebrity cameos, including Timbaland, Snoop Dogg, who actually has the best scene, Gwen Stefani, Justin Timberlake, etc., 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 etc. Like the list of people in this movie is pretty wild. I know the name Pharrell Williams. I'm pretty sure I've even seen him at a Golden State Warriors NBA Finals. Knew he was a musician, and maybe other than besides the single "Happy," couldn't name one Pharrell Williams song. However, per this movie, apparently I've been listening to him as long as Rex and Effects' Rump Shaker from like 1991. So like when they go through this man's life, I'm amazed at all the music that he's been involved with. I'm like, oh, I know that song. Oh, I know that song, and I know that song, and I know that song. I didn't know someone was involved in that song, but I know that song too.
Well, I know you noticed now after watching this movie of his life, but yeah, he was so it's Pharrell Williams, but then he was also as part of the production group, the Neptunes,
Yep, that
and
comes
he
up.
was also part of a rock band called No One Ever Really Dies, aka NERD,
Nerd.
aka Nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That comes up.
that dude's been rocking for a long time.
Yeah, man.
Big fan of his work.
It's a fantastic story where again, it's a very smart, brilliant, well-educated, well-disciplined child. But school is not his fucking forte. He hooks up with this other kid who also has like a studio in his house, and they just start cranking out tunes.
Was that Hugo?
No.
Oh.
Or maybe it is. Filipino cat.
Yeah, I think it's Hugo something.
Okay, yeah, that must be Hugo. I'm sorry. Again, this was all eye-opening for me. Eventually, a major music producer actually comes to his hometown, Neptune, West Virginia, or wherever they are in West Virginia. Very, very small town right by the beach. Ends up interning there, just learning the ropes, doing everything he can to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. And then one night, Teddy Riley, that's the name of the producer, he's like, I need someone to write a rap for me for this thing called Rum Shaker. And they recreate part of the video in Lego form. And I'm just laughing my ass off the entire time. Parents, if you're a little bit worried, if the PG rating hasn't set anything up for you in advance, a lot of these songs had cussing in it, and all we hear are the radio edits. So I want you to know that that's okay. The word shit is used 4 times in this movie, but censored twice. Yeah, it's an interesting choice. It's an interesting choice, but that happens. Again, Snoop Doggy Dogg is mentioned that to be a part of this film, and it's Snoop Dogg. So we get to the scene where Pharrell meets Snoop Dogg, and this is still a kid's movie. It's in the Lego medium. So instead of showing Snoop Dogg just smoking blunt after blunt after blunt, there's a little Lego minifig with an aerosol can that says PG spray. And so he just fogs up the entire room. And I was like, that's goddamn brilliant. Like, this is an amazing movie. It came in 5th place at the box office this weekend when it opened. Terrifier 3, for some reason, took all the money this weekend. I have no desire to see Terrifier 3. I've not seen 1 or 2 either. So that's never going to be a thing coming up. But this movie, piece by piece, fantastic little flick. It's one of those things where like I got out of it and I had to text everybody like, You need to see the Lego. You need to see piece by piece. You need to see piece by piece. Take your kid to see piece by piece. Piece by piece is the perfect movie for you and your kid. Blah 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 blah. It's a biopic. It's a documentary, and at some point, when no matter who you are, once you rise, you must fall. And maybe things are. I mean, again, this seems like a pretty wholesome dude. So I don't know what the actual real story might be, but it doesn't appear like drugs or alcohol ever became a thing. Doesn't sound like he overspent his money. Just sounds like he got so successful that he was just like, well, what could I do next? So like at one point he's just like, yeah, I wanted to come out with the girl album, and I wanted to come out with the club album, and I want to come out with the rock album. And like an executive assistant is like, what the fuck is your problem, dude? You don't make the girl album, you don't make the club album, you don't make the rock album, you just make music. And it works. So get your head out of your ass. And he had to fucking rest with that for like a couple of years before he finally got back on his feet and hooked up with his homeboy Hugo. Pusha T? Is that a name? The third member of the Neptune. Is Pusha T?
I don't think Pusha T was a member of the Neptunes.
The third member of the Neptunes, then, is what I'm talking about. Like that guy falls off completely, where he's like hustling in the streets.
African American fella.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay, I could be wrong, but so Neptunes, I believe, was just Pharrell and the Filipino guy. The black guy came in, and he was the third member of NERD. It might be I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it worked.
I feel like he was also part of the Neptunes, but not important.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
But this was one of those things where like that dude fell off hard, where he was just slinging in the streets again, and they're like, Pharrell calls him, was like, hey buddy, I just created the greatest beat I've ever made in my life, and if you don't get your ass over here in 15 minutes, I'm giving it to Jay-Z. And it's like, how do you respond to that? Like you run your ass all the way to Pharrell Williams' house, and you hear that beat. Said this already multiple times. Fantastic movie, delightful. 93 minutes. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. I love the animation in this. I think as of right now, this is the best animated movie of the year. I think this is a perfect movie to take your kids to. Outstanding freaking soundtrack, dude. Like it's just wall to wall music. I want to see this like 2 or 3 more times in the theater. I'm definitely going to buy it when it comes on digital. And then for some reason, unlike the other 4 Lego movies, that's Lego movies 1 and 2, Ninjago, and the Lego Batman movie. This one is for some reason not distributed or produced by Warner Brothers. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but Lego is involved. Warner Brothers is not. I think this is not DreamWorks, but Lionsgate. I forget. It's not Warner Brothers. So I don't know what to make of that. And then again, this thing debuted at 5th place. So if you don't go see this movie in the theater, it'll probably be on Netflix in the month. But I believe this deserves to be seen on a screen, on the biggest screen you can see it on. I don't think you're going to do the 4DX gimmick. There's, to my knowledge, no 3D gimmick. But I really love this movie, and I'm giving it a 5 out of 5, man. It's one of the best movies of the year.
Piece by piece, Lego movie about the life and times of Pharrell Williams. Boom. 5 out of 5.
Yeah.
Make sure you do yourself a favor and check it out.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that was good. That was really good.
All right, let's wrap this week's show up by getting everyone in the warm and fuzzy feelings inside before my voice breaks. It's now time for this week's feel-good story of the week.
Clint Eastwood, is that you?
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's feel-good story comes to us from this most perfectly British place, Kirkby Stephen in Cumbria.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that word?
Kirkby Stephen.
Kirkby, okay. Kirkby Stephen.
Yep, that's the town.
That sounds like a man's name, not a town. But...
Right. So it's a town in Cumbria in England.
Okay.
Where flowers have been left on town benches, public benches, to quote, cheer people up who are feeling lonely.
Okay.
Members of the local Nate B. and Wharton Women's Institute created over 30 bunches of flowers and left them around town. Anne Craddock, who was one of the organizers, said people were, quote, glad they've come to live here because it's such a wonderful, supportive community. Members of the WI, Women's Institute, created bunches of flowers using flowers and herbs from their own gardens. The project was also sponsored by a local shop, Gregson's Spa, who supplied additional flowers. They also placed handcrafted hearts in each bouquet so people had something to keep when the flowers died. The bouquets were placed back on 11th of July to coincide with World Loneliness Week. Lucy Baker from Kirkby Stephen shared a message of appreciation for the efforts on social media, posting, quote, after a stressful week, which included missing my mum, I found this bunch of flowers and they made my day. Thank you. Mrs. Craddock, 80 years old, is one of the Women's Institute's activity coordinators, responded, that's what it's all about. So there you go. Some random acts of kindness there in Kirkby Stephen, where just random people just finding random bouquets of flowers to cheer themselves up after a shitty day or a shitty week. So it doesn't have to be like a crazy thing that you do, but little random acts of kindness that you can do to cheer someone up. Highly encouraged. And why not?
Yeah, man. That's what's up. Shout out to Ricconia, by the way, on Twitter, or now X, whatever. But he is one of the ambassadors of an organization called Random Acts of Kindness Everywhere. Or RAPE.
Boom. So there you go. Just be nice. Just be nice.
Just be nice. We talk about it all the time. Just be nice. Dalton from Roadhouse said that shit. Be nice.
Do you know what? Some people, maybe not enough people do it nowadays, but as I flashback to the beginning of the show where I mentioned I went upstate to a brewery in upstate New York and I was very cold. I was walking past and it was clearly that a woman was sitting at a table and her bag had fallen from her chair and was on the floor where any scallywag could have taken that. And it doesn't seem much, but I picked it up and said, excuse me, your bag was on the floor. And she was like, oh my God, thank you. So it doesn't have to be big things, but just be a nice person. Just be a nice person around the world.
Costs nothing to be nice, guys.
Exactly. So there you go. I could already feel my face filling up with phlegm and snot right now after not blowing my nose for like 2 hours. But so yeah, I think that sounds to be a good time to end the podcast.
I cannot recommend Dayquil or NyQuil enough for you.
Oh my God. No, Jesus Christ. During the last couple of weeks, a week and a half, I have gone through plenty of that. And yes, it's been a lifesaver. So yes.
Bees knees.
Other flu and cold remedies are, I'm sure, available, but Dayquil is the best.
Yes, it is. I agree.
What have we got to talk about this week? Is there anything going on in your world that you want people to check out over the next 7 days?
Nothing of mine, but I recommend everybody go out and see the Saturday Night Live movie Saturday night. It's literally about the final 90 minutes leading up to that first broadcast in 1975. And if I didn't see piece by piece, that would have been a review today. So I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's dry, but again, it's 90 minutes. And I had the anxiety of putting on a live event again. I'm like, oh my God, 45 minutes to go. Also, John Belushi comes off like an asshole. I don't care.
He seemed like an asshole, but whatever.
The guy who plays Dan Aykroyd and the guy who plays Chevy Chase, fucking spot on. Like, if they don't get an Academy Award nomination, I think they're going to be breakouts because of this movie. Like, spot on. J.K. Simmons plays Milton Berle. That dude's a fucking gangster.
I've heard Chevy Chase is an asshole in real life.
I've heard Chevy Chase is also an asshole.
Yeah.
And guess what? In this movie, he looks like an asshole.
There you go. Good stuff. Earlier on, I mentioned watching the New York Yankees game. Nothing really has happened, and the game's still going. So, to be fair, I could have got away with just not mentioning it. And but there you go. Game one's still going on right now. It's a good night for me, I guess. It's a good night from Kush Lathan. Is there anything you want to add?
Just that it's been a pleasure to be back. I'm glad you're feeling better, Mike. But now I have to head back to the comments section of the Dallas Cowboys Twitter account to laugh myself to sleep. Good night, everyone.
As long as you don't vomit yourself to sleep.
How about them cow America team? They're America team. They suck. Yes. But until next time, take care of yourselves. And each other.
That's all, folks.
Pay me off, Johnny.